This is the pelvis. First we have the posterior superior spine. We have the ilium. Then we have the iliac crest. Then we have the anterior superior spine. And then we have the anterior inferior spine. And then we have the, right here we have the superior ramus of the pubis. Then right here we have the pubis crest. And then right here we have the pubic tubercle. And then right here we have the inferior ramus of the pubis. Right here is the aperture foramen. This is the ramus of the ischium. And this is the ischial tuberosity. And this is the ischium right here. This is the spine of the ischium. And this is the greater sciatic notch. Thank you. We're going on to the leg bones. This is the femur. Right here is the greater trochanter, and then right here is the femoral head, and this is the fova capitis right here, the hole, and then here's the neck right here, and then we have the lesser trochanter, and then right here is the linea aspera. Right here is the shaft of the femur. Then we have the lateral condyle, and then we have the medial condyle, and that's the femur. Continuation of the leg bones. Here we have the tibia. On top is the intercondylar eminence, and then right here is the tibial tuberosity. Then down here at the bottom is the medial mollasses. Okay, then now we have the fibula. We have two fibulas and we have two tibias. Okay, and then this is the fibula, and this is the lateral malleolus. Okay, so here we have like the parts of the ear. Right here is the malleus. Right here is the incus, and this is the stapes. Thank you.
So we have the frontal bone, that's right here. Then we have the coronal structure. Then we have the parietal bone, that's on both sides right here. Back here we have the occipital bone. Then here we have the phenoid bone. And in this little hole right here, we have the ethmoid bone.
Okay, now I'm doing the facial bones. This is the mandible. And then here's the maxilla on both sides. And then we have the palatine, which is right there. And then we have both of the zygomatics right here. And then right here. And then we have the nasal bone. Then we have the lacrimal bone, which is right here. And then we have the vomer bone, which is right here. And then we have the inferior nasal conchae right here. So this right here is the hyoid bone. So to the left we have the ulna, and right here is the olecranon process. Right here is the trochlear notch, also known as the semilunar notch. And then down below here we have the styloid process. And then just over here we have the radial notch. And then to the right we have the radius, and up here is the head, and then below here is the styloid process. Okay, so this is the humerus. Here's the head of it. The gradal tubercle is right here. The intertubercle groove is right here. The lesser tubercle is right here. The surgical neck is like right here. The deltoid tuberosity is right here. The shaft is right here. Then the medial condyle is right here. Epicondyle is right here. And then the trochlea is right here.
The nutrient foramen is right here, and the lateral epicondyle is over here. Then the capitulum is right here.
We have the vertebral column. At the top here we have the atlas, then below it we have the axis, and these two are part of the cervical vertebrae. The cervical vertebrae has 7 parts, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all of these is the cervical vertebrae. Then just below that starts the thoracic vertebrae that has 12 parts. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So from here to here, that's the thoracic vertebrae. And then the lumbar vertebrae that has 5 parts. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from here to here, that's the lumbar vertebrae.
Here's the scapula, and this is the anterior ventral surface. Here we have the carsoid process. Here we have the acromion process. Right here we have the glenoid fossa. Right here is the subscapular fossa. And then that's it for that. Here is the suprascapular notch. Right here is the supraspinous fossa. Right here is the infraspinous fossa. This is the, right here is the spine of the scapula. And then that's all we have. Thank you. Now we have the clavicle. The clavicle has a sternal end, and then it has a acromion end.
So these little rubber things in the middle of each is called these are the intervertebral disc. And then this right here is the cervical vertebrae. This is the thoracic vertebrae. And then this is the lumbar vertebrae. This is the biggest one. And then this is the sacrum. And then this little thing down here, this is the coccyx. So guys, this is the patella. It's a part of the leg bone. So yeah, this is pretty much how it looks. You have 1 patella per leg.